Yeah, it's kind of, I guess I have kind of it's a fun, it's like a awesome, it's kind of a cool story. But I was born in Chinatown in downtown LA. I'm Chinese, I was born in the US. You know, I was born in Chinatown, but I grew up in the Valley. It's sort of, I've always been like mixed up between cultures, and I really feel like I'm a product of California. To an extent, it does sort of influence my art, because I think the things I do draw about are a little bit tied to like just growing up out here with, you know, skateboarding, the weather, you know, drugs, like all these types of things that are connected to like California, and I think just growing up here. So I think it does like seep through to my art a little bit. You know, I did everything I was supposed to do. I went to school. I wasn't the best student. Then I went to college and I got really into it. And then from there I graduated and I worked, you know, worked in schools, I worked everywhere. I just, you know, something was like totally missing. I mean, every time I was in like a suit, I felt like I was a kid, like impersonating in like this weird world, you know? I just never felt like I fit into that whole setting. I think the last job I had was a private investigator. I was like a typist. I was just working in a business park in an office with like ex-cops and stuff. It was just terrible. So then I decided I would move back to LA, figuring out what it was I wanted to do again. Between like hangovers and just having nothing to do, I would just start drawing. And then from that point on, I just decided to sort of like focus more on doing art, you know? Like once I did art and started drawing and you know, doing that, like I feel like it really opened up like just everything for me. Yeah, and I found the way to make myself really happy by making things that make other people really happy, or maybe not take life so seriously. I mean, some artists probably have a clear idea of what they want to draw. A lot of times I sketch out shapes and I just draw like blobs, you know, I'm just building out of it. And even if I draw a character or a person's face, I'm always adding to it, and then I'll kind of like let it sit. It's always changing as I'm doing it, you know. I'll think of something else like, oh yeah, I'll add this, or I'll like, oh, what if I put this in? And so they kind of evolve and grow. And then at the end, it's just like, I'm always sort of still adding things as it goes. So the original sketch usually doesn't come out to be like the final. I don't know, you know, I kind of like the idea of just art being on everyday objects or people being able to use it. I don't mind, I don't care if people have my art on something and destroy it, you know. It's not really meant to just like, I don't know, get into deeper thoughts. It's like, they're supposed to see it and enjoy it. People usually laugh or crack up and go, dude, I love it, or this thing makes me laugh every time I see it, or smile every time I see it. That's awesome for me. It's not like a Rembrandt. It's like, oh, this is rad, dude. Like, I can make art too, you know. I can create characters and funny stuff as well. I don't have to make a museum painting or, you know, be super technically good. Like, I could just take a pen and paper and draw something. To be unsuccessful is to be like, to give it up, to stop doing it, and to just, you know, work, become a robot or do whatever, and just never go back and think that that's not possible, you know.